Hello, dear friends, and thanks for tuning into Taste Radio, the #1 podcast for anyone building a business in food or beverage. I'm Ray Latif, the editor and producer of Taste Radio, and I'm with my co-hosts for this episode, John Craven, Jackie Brugliera, and Mike Schneider. In this episode, we revisit 5 interviews from Taste Radio's Austin meetup, including Bella Hughes, the co-founder of rapidly growing better-for-you candy brand Better Sour, Andrea Hernandez, the founder of trend-savvy platform Snackshot, and Michelle Breyer, the CMO of Texas-based startup accelerator Skew.
I challenge you to say any one of those names without smiling. Can't do it.
I think I just did. Maybe I grinned. I don't know.
You were grinning.
Yeah, I was grinning. Yeah,
it was a little grin.
Yeah. It's exciting stuff. Relatively short interviews, but highly informative and really fun interviews. Now I'm smiling and chuckling when I'm thinking about...
I know what you're thinking about.
I'm thinking about Andrea Hernandez.
I knew it.
Who actually took a shot. She took a shot at you, John. You remember
that? She took a shot at me? I don't know about that.
Well, she said that, like, yeah, I don't want to reveal too much, but she tells the news. Actually, she's not really a news reporter, but she tells stories about the industry in a very different way.
Why don't we have listeners just decide if they took a shot at John or if they didn't? Email us at ask@tasteradio.com.
Okay, fair enough. Well done.
Come on now.
So
I mean, it was, I'm sure in jest, whatever it was, I, to be honest, don't even remember, since that feels like an eternity ago, but...
Yeah.
She was just making some good points. You'll see in the interview. I mean, she's always on the edge.
Isn't it funny?
It's good.
It feels like it was an eternity ago, but it was this month. It was in May. It was early May. Today's May 31st, the publication date for this episode. And for a month that kind of flew by. It felt like a longish month, but we're on to June.
Bigger and better things, right?
Indeed. What did Bill Belichick say when they had that loss? We're on to Cincinnati?
I don't think he's the guy you want to quote right now.
No, probably not. No. He's
quote Amram instead.
He's having some publicity issues, you would say, Bill Belichick?
Publicity issues, yes.
Yeah.
He's got some PR trouble.
Maybe it's good that we have a different coach now, whatever his name is.
I'm not a Patriots fan, my friend.
Yeah. You're not?
No, he's a Buffalo Bills fan.
I'm a Buffalo Bills fan.
Random.
I really just did that.
It's not random.
I really just said that because I wanted to sound like you two numpties who are always talking about your football teams,
soccer.
A.K.A. Arsenal and Manchester United. I know you like to call it soccer, Ray, but it's not what it is.
No.
Always correcting you.
Yeah, well, that's a whole nother debate as to why football in this country is called football and soccer football is called that.
Actual football is called actual football?
Yes, one makes sense, one really doesn't.
What doesn't make sense is that you haven't deleted your club yet.
You see
Tottenham.
This?
Come on.
You know, I'm excited for the future, and I'm really excited for next month, as I mentioned, because BevNet Live Summer 2025 in New York City is right around the corner, 2 weeks away. I've said this before. It is the most pulsating and fun event of the year for me. I love the winter event. I really do. But New York City, that vibe, that hustle, that excitement of, mid-year selling beverages, you're in the trenches, you're trying your best to scale your brand, and we're there to help. Everyone who's going to BevNet Live is going there to support each other, help each other build their brands, find investors, find distributors, find retailers. And it's one of those, I mean, if you're in the area, I got to tell you, you can't miss the event.
Retailers like Whole Foods, H-E-B, Casey's.
Yeah. Casey's we just added. So if you don't know Casey's is a huge C-store chain in the Midwest. We also just add Top 10 Liquors, which is a growing chain of liquor stores, but they really focus on cannabis. So if you have a cannabis beverage, you can meet with them as well.
Absolutely. Yeah. So, I mean, I'm just going to list them all off once again, including some of the ones that Jackie and Mike mentioned. Stop and Shop, Whole Foods, Circle K, H-E-B, the Goods Mart, Top 10 Liquors, all represented at BevNet Live, all folks that you can talk to, sign up for the one-to-ones. In one-to-one meetings, just to be very clear, Jackie, what are they?
Yeah, so the one-to-one meetings are kind of like speed dating style, 10-minute meetings that you get to sit down with buyers from these retailers, check in or introduce yourself and set up meetings for the future. These are all organized and they are limited. So if you want to sign up, you have to register, and people are already signing up now. So
But you can sign up for as many as you want, right?
Yeah, you can sign up for all of them if you want.
Yeah, if you qualify, go ahead, sign up for all of them. That's what they're there for.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, the one-to-ones are scheduled and structured, but the buyers will be roaming the event as well. And so you'll have that opportunity to meet with them, even if you don't get a meeting. The key in all this is to register for the event. You got to go to BevNET.com. Signing up is really easy, and you'll be really happy that you did. I also want to note that there are opportunities to amplify and highlight what you're doing via the Taste Radio platform. Our on-the-spot social series is a great way to do that. We're also scheduling interviews via the Taste Radio Studio, which is a live video show that happens or is promoted during the lunch breaks and breaks during the event. So key in all this, register for the show, ask about opportunities that you're not aware of, or if you are aware of those opportunities, sign up ASAP. The one-to-ones are filling up quickly, as are slots for the Taste Radio Studio. But no matter what, we want to see you there. John, are you offering anything special? Are you going to offer, some snacks or beverages or anything to sweeten the pot, so to
Drinks
speak?
with Ray.
Drinks with Ray.
Drinks on Ray.
Okay.
Drinks on Ray. There you go. Just to clarify.
You can just pour your drink
That's
right
what I
on
was.
Ray.
I knew that was coming.
Yeah.
This is going to be like, what do they call those when they
A dunk tank.
A dunk tank.
Yes.
Except you don't need the tank.
Well, it's going to be a lot cheaper for you if people are pouring their beverages on you than if you have to buy everyone beverages, Ray.
I still would rather buy Ray beverages.
You could have a little funnel that you hold up ready to go.
You are a good guy, Ray.
I know how you like communal food. So
yeah, but please don't pour your drink on Ray, because he's going to have probably his blue shirt or one of his amazing blazers, and he's going to be dressed all pro.
Well, look, I don't know the ins and outs of T&E as well as, say, our CFO does. But if I do get a drink spilled on me, intentionally or otherwise, I am going to try to expense the dry cleaning.
Ray,
just
your
so
dry
you know.
cleaning will be paid for. Don't worry.
Oh, okay. They see that? That's called an oral agreement. Okay.
Well, between you and Mike.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is where we'll say,
So
Joe,
Mike has to pay for it.
I'm happy to pay for your dry cleaning,
Joe,
Ray.
insert that little clip that says that these are the opinions of Mike Schneider and terms and conditions not valid in Hawaii or something. Anyway.
Right.
You see, John just saved himself $5,000 by not having to talk to
I
the
know your
attorneys
Hugo
after
Boss
this.
suits are expensive to clean.
I got a few dependable cleaners coupons ready to go, Ray.
Coupons?
Yeah.
I'm not a coupon kind of guy, sir. But anyway.
I'm paying, so I'm going to use my coupons.
Anyway.
All right, enough of that. Last week, we were lucky enough to attend an event, John and I, that is, that was hosted by Naturally New England. Naturally New England is part of the Naturally Network, which is a community organization that supports upstart CPG brands. And so last week, Naturally New England held their Naturally Rising Pitch Slam competition. If you recall, I hosted the Naturally San Diego edition of that Pitch Slam. This event was hosted by our very own Melissa Travers, who is the director of NOM Base here at BevNet. The winner of the pitch competition was a brand called Singing Pastures, which is a regenerative farm and food company based in Maine, founded by 9th-generation farmer John Arbuckle and helmed by his wife, Holly. They're best known for their flagship product, Rome Sticks, which is a pasture-raised pork stick snack available in flavors like bacon, pineapple, and jalapeno.
It's not the same guy who created Garfield, is it?
No.
Oh, that's John Arbuckle's character, actually.
Oh,
He's
is it?
Garfield's owner.
Oh, yeah. How about that? Okay.
Yeah.
Fun facts from 1974. All right. So,
when I was 1.
So as part of the competition, we were invited, Taste Radio that is, to sit down with a bunch of attendees and record interviews. And I did just that with 6 folks that were represented at the show, including Allison Elliott, who's the founder and CEO of Farmer Foodie, which is a brand of cashew-based grated Parmesan. Everyone loves Farmer Foodie. It's good stuff. I sat down with Allison, as I mentioned. She was the People's Choice winner, or Farmer Foodie was the People's Choice winner at the event. Also sat down with Swati Alavia, who's the president of Monsoon Kitchens, which is a maker of frozen Indian dishes. Amazing stuff. Kelly McShane, the owner of Granny Squibb's Iced Tea. Danielle Danais, who is the founder of Titan. Titan is a maker of olive oil, single origin olive oil from Spain.
That was good stuff.
Really good stuff. I had some over the weekend. So fresh, so delicious. And that's actually very much a part of the interview that you'll hear in a future episode. I can't believe how much old olive oil I've been using and consuming. It's the difference between fresh olive oil and what I tried from Titan was like night and day.
Olive oil is a real rabbit hole you could go down. Let's just leave it at that. We could have a whole podcast series on that.
You should, because you like wine, so that's its own rabbit hole as well. And olive oil isn't that far from it.
Well, Danielle and I get into it a bit about what makes for a good olive oil and otherwise,
Awesome.
and the different colors that you might expect to see. I mean, most people expect to see that golden, yellowish tinted olive oil that you typically see or find in your grocery store, but
It's green.
Green, yeah, really fresh olive oil could be green. I also sat down with one of your favorite cookie brands.
My favorite?
The founder of one of your favorite cookie brands in the world.
Mm-hmm. Fancy Pants.
Fancy Pants Baking Company. I sat down with Maura Duggan, who's the founder and CEO. And as I mentioned before, Holly Arbuckle, who's the CEO of Singing Pastures, sat down with her. So all 6 interviews coming to future episodes of Taste Radio. Stay tuned for all of them.
Also, I would be remiss if I didn't mention that Mike and I went on a different trip that you were unfortunately unable to go on.
I know that I had to sub in.
Yeah,
they were really disappointed, by the way.
You had to sub in. But we went down to Athletic Brewing's headquarters. I think that was Wednesday night.
And where is that?
Milford, Connecticut.
Connecticut.
Your favorite state in the country, right?
Long pause.
Yeah.
Not so much.
But man, they are, it's just insane what they've got going on there.
The brewery is just fabulous, and the things that they do, it looks just like a brewery, but there's no ethanol. So it's just the way that they have to do everything is just a very, very proprietary, let's say, process, and they're super proud of it. And they took us through the brewery, and we got to see the boiler. The boiler is huge. It's amazing.
Did you accidentally fall into the boiler?
I didn't get close enough to damage myself on the boiler, but I didn't even know I wanted to see the boiler. So co-founder John Walker I think he was trying to stall because there were some people in the lab doing something, and he's like, "Hey, anybody want to see the boiler?" And I was like, "Yeah." And then I didn't know how much I was going to actually like a boiler at a brewery, but it's huge. It's so cool. And they have a what?
I was going to say, I think you broke the record for saying boiler the most.
Boiler,
But
but they also,
seconds, yeah.
I mean, so then we also got to try the After Shift beer, which is a collaboration between 5 chefs in Athletic, and it was just a really great night.
Also, their Radler, that was really good.
Oh, the Radler was good.
I guess maybe this will be more newsworthy when it actually starts happening, but we got to sample the Run Wild IPA on draft, which was really, really excellent. I know they're starting to roll that out, but sounds like they want to push that more heavily. So excited to, would be excited for that step in the evolution for them.
And we talked a bunch about their Arsenal partnership, which they said is just getting started. So I had obviously had a few ideas for that, but it was fun.
Mike was just like free tickets.
It's not what I was saying. I was talking about just the things that make for a good ad, and what Arsenal fans really like when it comes to a partnership.
Which basically Mike communicated is just Arsenal logos, and
it's players in cool situations in London is basically it. So, have your product around there. And Athletic's just a great partnership because, the beer's phenomenal, the club's phenomenal. I mean, how can you go wrong there?
Does Athletic have a big presence in London, or they're growing their presence?
No, it's
growing.
Yeah, it's just kind of starting out. But I think a lot of opportunity for it.
Yeah, I think when we went to London, Lucky Saint was still the dominant, if there is a dominant player to be had in NA beer.
I think you could say that.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Athletic is doing some amazing things. I was reading on brewbound.com, which, to be clear, is part of the BevNet empire, so to speak. And a story last week noted that 6 of the 10 largest craft brewers in this country shed volume in 2024. Notable, Boston Beer was down 23%, but Athletic, which is part of the top 10, was growing or has grown by 55%. So a lot of interest in non-alc beer, a lot of interest in Athletic in particular.
Speaking of energy.
Yeah.
So I've got this Ascent iced coffee plus protein. So, everybody's talking protein, and you see a lot of people everywhere, just trying to get their 1 gram of protein per pound a day and having all these high protein diets. So everything has protein in it now. And this one is, I don't know, a little bit dangerous, maybe.
How so?
Well, it's 100 milligrams of caffeine and 20 grams of protein. So if you try to get your, 40 that you might be trying to get out of a shake, you're getting quite a bit of caffeine. And then if you're already caffeined up someplace else, there's a good chance you're going to get the jitters.
It's not that much caffeine.
100 milligrams I think it's a little bit more than a standard cup of coffee, no?
Depends what kind of coffee you're drinking, Ray.
Okay. Well, I think for most people, they're drinking like 80 milligrams of caffeine.
80 milligrams is like a Red Bull,
Sure.
200 is probably closer to a 16-ounce energy drink.
So my point here is if you go for 40, if you hit 2 scoops of this,
sure,
and
then you'll be caffeinated.
Then you'll be pretty well caffeinated. And then if you're already caffeinated, I don't know. I don't
know. All I'm trying to say is that that amount of caffeine is not like far above kind of standard.
It's a fair point.
That's all.
It's a fair point. It's just if you're trying to get most people aren't trying to just get 20 grams of protein in a shake. They're trying to go for like 35, 40 grams of protein. And so then you're just like, it just becomes difficult when you have 2 functional ingredients, if protein's functional, and then you've got your caffeine as well, and you're trying to bring those 2 things together. So that's just where, when you're trying to do meal planning, it becomes a little...
Yeah, and I guess my question with that too is like, are they leading with the protein or are they leading with the caffeine? Because it seems like caffeine is the lead if... That's the one that I guess you're more limited on in a way.
It's a great question, Jackie, because caffeine's 100 milligram on a little cup here, but 20 grams of protein is pretty big. It's not like on a muscle emoji or something like that. Boy. I don't know if either's a lead. They're both the lead. 20 gram. Okay, so if you wanted to pick nits, 20 grams of protein's the lead because it's bigger font.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, because usually when I'm going for protein powder, just want protein.
You know what I'm talking about, though, right?
Yeah,
when you get functional ingredients and your protein, and you have trying to figure this all out.
Too complicated.
It gets complicated.
It also is, or raises the question: how many consumers are there out there that want protein with their coffee or coffee with their protein?
Yeah, purists certainly don't, but I think it is an interesting use case because of just because of convenience and trying to make all these meals that you have to make to get all the protein that you want to get and the fiber, your macros in general, this becomes really convenient.
It does. Well, you'll have to try it out this week. I would say drink 1 a day, come back next Tuesday and let us know if you are energized and if you got the gains that you want, because we know you're all about the gains.
I'm going to get my gains. I'll see how it goes.
All right. Well done. Okay. Jackie, you got anything over in the San Diego that you want to talk about?
Yeah, I have actually a brand that's based in San Diego, and it's not like the sexiest product, but I think it's pretty cool. It's canned tuna.
Canned tuna.
Canned tuna?
Yeah.
Speaking of protein.
This is protein. This is real protein. So this is called Pull in Line. It's a line of very sustainable, responsibly sourced tuna. So on the top of pack, it actually shows you the name of the captain, the name of the boat, and where it's from, which I thought was pretty cool. That's like what caught my eye. So this one was from South Africa on the fishing vessel Tayalina, and the captain is Sean Schultz.
I love transparency like that. I wonder if it's significantly more expensive, however, than your typical canned tuna. Is it?
Yeah, it's I think
you
it was
paid
like
for
around,
Sean Schultz, man.
right? I think it was like $5 or $6 for the can, which is actually on par with other, sustainably caught tuna that I've seen.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm curious to see how it does.
Well, have you tasted it yet or no?
Yeah, it tastes great.
So it fits the bill. It's as advertised in that you're expecting to get a premium tuna and you are getting that.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
I'm just, to your point though, I'm curious if people will pay the extra money for it. So
Well, you did.
I did, but I'm also, I don't know, I'm searching for this stuff.
True enough.